Welcome everybody. Today we're playing What Remains of Edith Finch. It's like a movie scary game, I think. We're gonna figure it out. Okay. How do we start? Okay. Got a book. Edith Finch. Oh my gosh, how do I open this?
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Okay. Oh, shift to zoom, that's kind of cool.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
This is where you lived? That?
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
A sprint? Nope.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Should I go down? Should I go right? I'm going right.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoofprints.
I don't see anybody. Whoa. I lied. Bye-bye, Mr. Deer.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
That is a crazy looking house. What kind of architect do you get for that thing,
As a
huh?
child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
I wonder why. J420 Chill, what's up, bro? Do I play Apex too? No, I've never played Apex, actually. Just with
Now,
friends for fun.
As a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Go around back to go to the front. Let's go to the front.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Ooh. Your mom gave you a key, and it's just not the house key, and you don't have a house key? What? Certainly not the garage key. Through the doggy door?
Prowling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
I've done it before. What are we looking for? Going in the house?
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Aw. Loving memory, Lewis Finch. Okay.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Nice for the cat.
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Okay.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Yeah.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank. Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Aw.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
It's not a very secure door. I'd bust through that. Check out the basement real quick. Okay. Open the front door.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Oh. Damn, sad story, man. Going upstairs. Oh, so many
After Milton
pictures.
disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Mm.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
What? Family tree. 99. That's when Edith is born. It's kind of cool. Calvin and Sam.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Super pink bathroom for Gregory.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Okay. This is really eerie.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Barbara Finch. My friend Bigfoot. More stairs?
Mom must have locked the 3rd floor stairs on the night we left.
So you've got a house that 90% of the rooms are just locked? I don't know if I like this house.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
It's too bad. All these custom doors, dude. They're so cool.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Odin. Molly.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with.
How many people
If
lived
she
here?
hadn't died in 1947.
She hadn't died in 1947. Well, disturbing.
I spent a lot of time
Whoa.
playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Really? It's pretty cool. Also, kind of give me thalassophobia. Kind of creep me out.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Open it. Open it.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
What?
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Does this go to the towering part of the house?
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
Milton.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Yep.
But I had no idea what was behind that door.
What? A whole room?
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Yeah, like how many people are living here? Molly? This is Molly's
I grew
room?
up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Okay.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
What?
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
We're sneaking out.
I kept eating and eating.
No, dude.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Why? Why? What?
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
Is it even real? No. Please.
I thought about eating Christopher,
No.
but I held back.
Yeah, don't do that.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest.
Hello.
I reached out for her.
Is this...
And suddenly, I was a cat.
What? She's tripping, dude.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Yeah, as we're trying to eat him. Alright, if I was a cat... Yep.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Oh, okay. Hold on, parkour. Come here, birdie.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore.
That's why cats
All I
always get
cared
stuck
about
in
was
trees.
eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Rabbits.
Get him. Get him. Gotcha.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Okay. Bigger than a rabbit? Are we gonna eat a dog? A small
A
human?
mama rabbit.
Another one? Get him. Get him.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
Why are we
Suddenly,
eating like
I
this?
was a shark.
What? No way. Get going. Oh my gosh. I'm actually flopping. Get going. Get going. Come on. Go.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean.
Can you imagine?
Now,
If
I
we
was
had that car.
hungrier than ever.
Okay, we're a shark now. You think Geico fixes insurance due to shark damage? Okay, this is actually hard to control. Okay, what are we? Oh, seal.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Yep.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
This is dark. Sorry, buddy. You ain't getting very far. Actually, pretty quick.
I grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
I'm an octopus? A giant squid? Oh. Where am I going with this thing? Oh, gosh. Oh. Where the heck am I supposed to go? What is going on? Where am I supposed to go? Oh, goodness. Am I actually on the ship? Oh, I'm actually on it. So I can slide. Oh, gosh.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
I go this way? Yep. I guess we're not a
I
squid.
was big, and I moved real quiet.
Mechanics are so weird for this. We just snagged that guy and ate him. It must be some hungry monster.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
The drunken sailor. Morning. Gotcha. Gotta check under the table for monsters. Okay, how do we get this guy over here? We go this way? Get him. Get him. Get him. Oh, way too far.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Oh god. Just crawled in through a toilet. Oh gosh.
I got closer and closer.
This is Molly's room.
All of my stomach started growling.
All of them? How many?
And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
What?
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
Jeez, dude. Okay. Hey, kitty. Am I walking out here?
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Here we go. Pink bathroom. Holy, dude. Wow. How do you ever clean this bottle of wine?
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Yeah. Agreed. No way. Book number 2. It's a secret.
There's a secret in this bathroom.
Where? The drawer?
It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard.
Okay.
It's hidden in this book.
No shit. Dude, there's probably some houses that exist out there that are kind of like this. Calvin Finch.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Good gift. How many rooms are in this mansion of a crap house? Why do all the doors have such cool art? So many unique rooms. These all look like real pictures. Explore the universe. For Calvin, seems like a little kid, likes space stuff, and he shares with Sam. Fort Sam. Hood and Finch. Man, these are some cool pictures and stuff. I wonder how they create all this stuff.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him.
Because he's gone? Was gone?
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Whoa. Shrine? He's only 11?
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch.
Oh, it's sad.
The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Oh, we're gonna go to the cliff, huh?
Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Coming! But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
He jumped.
I told him going around was impossible.
Going around? Oh my gosh, no.
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
Holy
I think he'd
crap.
already made up his mind.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Damn. Okay.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Damn. Here we go. What a contraption.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
This house is never ending. Back in Barbara's room. Okay. Do we go under here?
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Huh. Happy birthday, Barbara.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale. inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
He's dead.
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
I just crushed him in
I'm
the
not
face.
scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
If this is a trick, you're dead.
was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Start swinging.
The monsters had come to surprise her.
Oh.
Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life.
Here we go.
I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent.
God.
Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box was all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Oh.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Good dad joke. And the creepy story with the dad joke. There we go. Love that. A creepy looking book, though. She's got an ear
Edie
on
told
it.
me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
There's so many of them. Ingeborg? Huh. Barbara, 44 to 60. Damn. Only 16 years old. I can't believe that. All these people are dying before they're 20. Like half the people in this house.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
No, we're gonna go back. Can we go back?
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Where's the music box? Is it in here? It's not up here, right? Command center? This is where the helmet is. No, where is this music box you speak of? You hear that? W horror story. Yeah, this is freaky. I guess so. It's just
I
kind of
wonder
like
if that comic was right about there being a key inside the music box near the basement.
near the basement.
Edie
Oh.
gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
It's probably real. After all the things we've seen, it's probably real. This girl turned into an owl and a cat and some monster. What is that noise? Is that just us walking into stuff?
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Edith Junior Lake trip.
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
Oh, is it? Oh, I was supposed to click and see the next picture. I remember these
Odin
things.
Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johann.
Ingeborg, Johann, and Odin.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
He's sailing his house?
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Unfortunate.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Orcas Island with Molly.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Whoops.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
We got Ingeborg. Okay. Do we open this? No, we can't.
Maybe I should go check out that music box down by the basement.
Yep, that's where I was heading. Music box, basement. Got it. So many different ways to go in this house. Where's the maps for this house, dude? Who cleans this house? This house is gonna rot away. And it's a million trick doors. Can we open this door? Can we go to the basement? Can't get out that way. Okay.
If I keep winding the music box, maybe a key will pop out like it did in the comic book.
Yeah, I get that. But the music box is not in here, right? It's near the basement. Isn't this a dead end too? Dude, all these rooms are dead ends. Where the heck? There we go. Music box near the basement. He goes so slow. What is this?
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Those packing peanuts? Dude, it's dark as shit. Huh. Okay, the basement's this way, right? Wait.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Okay. Just walked in a circle.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
What? Like their name in the books? Or physically their bodies in the room? Here's a music box. No way. Dude, the puzzles in this house. Sven.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
It's funny.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
Makes sense. No
It turned
way.
out she was hiding a lot more than that.
No way. No way.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
What?
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Ooh. What? Is he just trapped down here?
And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years.
30 years of being in this room?
I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
No way. How? How? How does he keep going deeper? Jiggly Farms.
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara
What?
and Molly
What?
and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one more day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Damn, dude lived 53
Walter
years
died when
under?
I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
What? Yeah, because dude was being trapped. Am I wrong? He was trying to pickaxe every day. He was trying to like hammer out the
I'm
wall.
sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Oh, it's gonna be open, huh? He's gonna broke through. Here we go.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Yeah,
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
damn.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
So are we writing like a book? Is she writing like a book?
Maybe
got
it'd
ran
be
over by
better
a
if all
train?
this just died with me.
I don't know. I don't understand how he died either.
But I thought you should know about your family.
Maybe he got out and as soon as he escaped, he got hit by that train right there as soon as he got out. 'Cause that's pretty depressing, and I'm starting to feel like all the stories are going that
And the
way.
history you're a part of.
What is that? Just little floating dock over there? Guess we'll go this way.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
I'm
I
lost.
think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Look at that house, man. Holy.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Good question.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Oh well. Zerpy Lurpy, Furpy Chirpy, Burpy Derpy, Derpy Jr. Love it.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
so sad.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
What is that?
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
That's the old house. Damn, man. Something more I'm supposed to find, huh? No? Oh.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
This is a lot bigger of a map than I thought it was.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant. I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Sam Finch. He's got some war medals in here. Bear rug. What is that? Is that a cat?
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
That definitely served. Where am I supposed to go? Of course. Always more doors. There's a baby's room all the way back here. Dude, it's the most unconventionally laid out home I've ever even heard of. In the crib?
Dear Kay, Do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
What?
Watching over Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
What?
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw.
Oh no, am I gonna drown? No, please. No.
There's so much I don't understand about Gregory, about everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
God, these are so sad, dude. Yeah, dark. It's all dark. So we need Sam, Gus, Dawn, Lewis, Milton. Eddie. Maybe Sven. Where are we going?
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Oh, don't get stuck. Giant totem pole.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Where are the rest of the words? Oh, don't get stuck. Over here? Yep.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Uh-huh. Love you, Dad.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
I wish that would.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
God. Yeah, I don't know about that poem.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Gregory was 1, Gus was 13, Calvin was 11, Barbara was 16, Molly was 10. Gosh, dude. All these kids dying in this family, dude. How... What? A rock wall?
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
So she got to her room
At the time,
like this?
it was as far away as she could get. Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Don Sanjay.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
Okay.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last.
That's too bad.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Sorry about that. Okay. Gave him a castle. Is this like, are we on the very top of the house almost? Milton, 92.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Oh, let's go in. Damn, that got dark. Yeah, this game is crazy. Yeah, it would.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the
If
family.
it wasn't this creepy, this house would be sick. Edie was happy to find out. So are we done in here? Nope. Of course there's more. It goes up? Whoa. This is a cool place to paint. It's got paint all over the wall.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Damn, that'd take a long time just for that little scene. We got Milton. Let's
I was
go.
4 when Milton disappeared.
So we just need Lewis, Dawn, Sanjay, Sam, Eddie, Sven. Maybe. Something like that. Saving. Time to go back down.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Also sad.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
What a crazy place. We got any neighbors? Is this just an island? We just have our own island? Alright, time to go to this house.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but
The 10th house
I
in
think
this
Lewis blamed
mansion.
himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
This doesn't look safe. None of it. None of it looks... Okay, that is terrible. Let's go... I'm guessing this door doesn't work.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
I've looked in every telescope and people. Okay, just got that achievement. She's got a boat house, a boat room. Is this a boat? This is like a full boat. converted to a house. This house has everything.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar.
Oh, yeah.
That part of him lived on.
That's funny. What? Greater
Dear Mrs.
Seattle.
Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse.
Damn.
Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Cannery. Chop the heads off. There you go. Chop the heads off. There you go.
He kept working at the cannery.
This is terrible. This has got to be one of the worst jobs I've ever heard of. If this is a real
But
job.
he withdrew part of himself.
I'm sure machines just do this
In
now.
our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved.
This is typical.
Bats.
Bats?
And toads.
What?
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him.
He's definitely going to get his hand cut off.
It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Puppy!
On the edge of a city he named Lewis-topia.
Lewis-topia.
He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
Hey, let's get it.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery.
Oh gosh.
But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Jeez, dude, we're still going. I mean, what else are you gonna do if this is
He'd
your
conquer a
job?
city, then immediately push on. New Louisville.
New Louisville.
St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
Yeah, I bet.
Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Okay.
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Oh my gosh. He's just stuck in it.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen.
Yeah. Why did it say handsome queen?
The queen was on her own quest for
Sinister serpents.
sinister serpents.
Queen on quest for rainbows. Oh god. Oh, sorry, fish. Go.
He followed the sound of her
Silver harp. Electric guitar. Oh, sitar.
silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
We're still cutting fish.
He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
A god.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
What a transition. Imperial Palace.
He began to forget the world we know.
He's just slowly dissociating.
I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker.
That's sad.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
So you're not doing anything.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
So he's got a good imagination.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him. queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Let's go. Crown me king. Oh no, this is a guillotine. Oh, is it not?
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Oh my god, he put his head under the... He put his head under the fish thing.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
He was what, 22? Damn. Oh, rough one. Okay. Yeah, Jesus is right. God.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Grandma Stan.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
So many secret entrances, man.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
History of the Finches by Edith Finch.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Whoa.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wandered.
What else are you gonna do?
I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Figured.
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you.
Oh my gosh, I'm being birthed.
But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself.
For her child, her son.
But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, But I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
I was right. February 14th, 99. Damn, 7 days away from my birthday. That's crazy. My exact birthday. Story by Giant Sparrow. For Shirley Dallas. Real person? Yep. Why do they put all these pictures of kids? Entire bloodline's cursed. They're just to put up their kid pictures for... Some of them are kind of cool. They just put up their kid pictures. It's kind of cute. Man, they did not have a lot of people make this. I mean, it is pretty short, but it's a lot. What a map design. What a game design. All these different stories coming together. Kind of crazy to put all that stuff together. Who would think of all that? So is that the end? I guess so. Well, I guess that's the end. So if you stayed this long, thank you for watching. That's What Remains of Edith Finch. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow my kick. Thank you for watching. And stay toasty.